All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Walrus and Comic Podcast, the sports report that finally 100%, it is now official. We have real sports.
Baby.
And
it's happening.
We have it actually streaming
right now. Atlanta Braves, New York Mets, top fourth. The Braves are putting it on them.
That's right.
7-1.
And the Braves are going for the series win here. It's not a sweep because they lost game 1-0,
Yep,
correct?
and they are putting on an offensive clinic in this one.
Well, I think it's easy to say that this is probably one of the best teams in the MLB.
Yeah.
And I think in the East they have
This
a chance
lineup
to win.
is stacked.
Yeah, I think we're definitely going to see they're going to make the push. Listen, last year, you could say what you want. We were a great team. We're young.
Yeah,
There's just a lot of nerves that goes into
not
playoffs.
enough experience to handle the big moment, and it showed in.
It showed in the game that we went to.
Oh, well,
Hey, that
so
this
good.
week. That was this week a year ago.
Did you see my
I
Snapchat?
saw your Snapchat
Yeah.
story.
It's
And,
been a year.
man, you know what a great trip.
How great was that? The year ago today was.
Listen,
day.
we might have to try to do something.
Fitting.
If everything's normal around Christmas time, we might have to try to do something like that. You know what? Honestly, I know you're not a huge basketball fan.
I'd love to go to a lot of basketball
All
games.
right, we need to go to one. All right, so my hat I'm wearing is Atlanta Hawks, right? I don't care about them, but this was like a stadium exclusive hat, and I went to the game, and they had Trae Young, Vince Carter. I got to watch Vince Carter hit a 3-pointer. Okay, listen, the guy's old, but he's a legend, and it was cool seeing it in person, and I had a blast. Now, I will tell you this: $12 beers are not my thing there. But it was just a really cool experience for an NBA pro game.
It'll probably be fun. Honestly, though, I'm very surprised by how normally your vacation days go. I thought he was going to hit us with, man, we need to, when fall comes, leaves start changing, go to Maine, take a road trip to Maine, watch the leaves change.
That's like a 20-hour drive to Maine, isn't it? I don't think that's the drive I'm going to take. Now, if you, listen, seriously, when it becomes fall and there's good weather in the Northeast, if you just want to ride up a Friday, early Saturday morning, say we leave at technically Friday night at 2 a.m., and you want to drive up to Philadelphia so we can at lunchtime get some cheesesteaks, real steaks, I'm down to do it. And we can go look at Rocky's statue. I know how you like Rocky.
Why does this man always want to drive 12 hours for lunch?
Have you ever had an authentic cheesesteak from Philly?
Well, let me stop you. I don't like cheesesteaks.
You don't like
I
cheesesteaks?
love cheesesteaks.
All right.
Love cheesesteak.
Okay, so
You're talking to the wrong guy. I have two of us.
let me tell you that. Okay, so let me tell you this.
Know your audience.
Do you know the? All right, think of the best.
If you're gonna get in
cheesesteak.
stand up, know your audience.
Think of the best
Art.
cheesesteak you've ever had. All right, where is it from? The
This
one that you
little
had
place
that
in Socrates.
that place is phenomenal.
The
You know right there.
best cheesesteak I've had. Dagwoods.
Oh,
Good.
I've had the cheesesteak from Dagwoods, and one from Philadelphia is 1,000% better.
Okay.
All right.
I doubt that. That's all meat and bread.
It's-
How much better can it get?
Yeah, thank you, Brad.
Where's the ceiling?
You wanna do a shorter drive? We could drive to Maryland and get some crab cakes.
Let's
get right in
Florida
on.
and get Corona.
We can go to Maryland. We can go to Baltimore. Get caught in the
And we can go to-
shot by police.
We could go to Orlando. We could go to Orlando.
definitely
Actually,
will.
in Baltimore, you're fine. It's actually in actual Baltimore, the main area you would go. There's cops on every corner to make sure no one messes with you, because the homeless problem is really
And
bad
they're doing
there.
crimes. The police are in Maryland.
Well, they
Baltimore.
weren't bad when I was there. It was.
They
It's
saw
all right.
sweet
They
old
don't let you
Italian
know
grandma.
they're doing crimes.
Yeah, I mean, come on, Ron.
That's true. We could go.
Hey, buddy, I'm dirty.
We could go to Orlando to this all ice bar they have. You walk inside, everything's ice. It's like a
I
big
want a
trend in
Coke. I
big
want a
cities.
couple of ices. All ice.
You're so funny. It's like you're a comedian or something.
It's like.
Or something.
I want to go. There's a few places I want to go. I want to go to Boston. All right.
To get yelled at and cry.
Oh!
I would
Get the fuck out of the way! We gotta get out of here.
I think it would be cool to go to a pub or something in Boston.
See Donnie Wahlberg.
Yes.
See all Wahlberg sitting there going, "Hey!"
I want to
I
go
play a
to.
different guy in every movie.
I really want to go to New York City.
I got one of the best acting ranges.
Hmm.
I'm an angry cop.
I want to go to New York City. I want to
New
go to
York's cool.
Boston. I want to go to Nashville. Somewhere in Texas. I'd like to go to like Dallas or Houston or something.
Joe Rogan's moving to Texas. He's leaving LA.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's moving to
I'm surprised
Texas.
he's not moving to Montana.
Probably
Like,
because he's
elk
making.
hunt.
It's probably because he's making so much money right now. If he moves to Texas, he doesn't have an income tax.
He's
State
moving to
income tax.
Texas.
You need to really do your podcast anywhere.
Yeah.
And LA's just a hassle.
And you can get somewhere secluded enough in Texas where you can smoke your marijuana.
Yeah, he's probably going to get some wide
I'm
open
very
ranch.
surprised he's not moving to like Colorado or Montana though.
Yeah. He'll probably get some wide open ranch where it's just him.
Also,
Make a
traffic's stupid,
compound
like,
like Doug Stanhope has a compound.
and Dylan.
Y'all
Yeah.
ever thought about going on a cruise?
No, I don't go cruising with my buddies, Ron. Quick, tell me cruises and ice cream.
Ah!
Man, y'all go to Cherokee, a bros weekend, see the Indian Village?
You'll go dock with each other, boys.
Hey, I would.
May
I
as
would
well.
Go!
whew.
That ball carried.
I'd be down to go to Cherokee if you want to go.
No.
No.
Why?
You want to go see sad, washed up Indians?
We would go to Washington, D.C. and watch a football game if we want to do that.
I thought they were Washington.
Hey, yeah,
excited.
they're the Washington football team. What a great, it's a great.
You know I like that.
Like, do you really?
Yeah, because there was a time when it was just like you didn't have a mascot. It was just, and that's what this is like a kind of a. It's like an old football team before they had
I
mascots.
thought they were always teams though with names of mascots.
They
Wow.
would have just like the whatever city football team or whatever. Like
I've never
No, it
heard
was like
that
the
before.
Baltimore Colts, and that was a long time ago.
I mean, like
Houston Oilers.
I'm talking.
I don't know.
So, I mean,
I thought it was stupid. Pay the guy the money. You want the name. They don't want to do it.
ask permission to use the name when they give it to you, sue them.
Yeah, it's
How ridiculous is that?
it
No
is
shit about
ridiculous.
the music.
I don't know, man. I just hope we have football. I think it's the most dangerous sport to have for coronavirus.
So you hugging, coughing,
Yeah, like,
figure skating.
Literally, you have a pile up on the ground and people are like, spitting on you and stuff.
Hockey.
Like, you never played football,
No.
but like football's like, I don't want to be cliche and say it's a dangerous sport, but like when you have a fumble and everyone's scrambling for the ball, like people are just grabbing whatever they can grab, and I'll let your imagination take over what they can find. But like people are spitting and pulling and twisting, and you're all up in your face. I just football for me seems like one that could in fact be close to not happening. Talking about football, the ACC was talking about their plans, right? 10 conference games, and they take the top 2 teams. So for Clemson, that's great. But the way it looked was Notre Dame is on Clemson's schedule if they do that. So like that would actually be a pretty good matchup to see.
That's pretty fun.
It was telling me something about the origin of the word mascot. I don't know.
Wow.
I clicked on a bad thing, I think.
Yeah, it sounds like you're a little off base there. But here's the thing, right? If Notre Dame can do the amendment for one season to be in the ACC, make the commitment. I hate the being like unaffiliated with the conference. They should not have all the perks they have. Like, does
The
it
first
not?
mascot was
does-
Yale.
Does
Since
it not make
1892,
you?
Yale Bulldogs.
Does it not make you angry the fact that like they haven't done anything in the past 20 years, but they're one of the most prestigious, football schools in the country?
Mm.
Like they could have a mediocre season, like they could be, 8-4 and still be 23rd in the nation, and like it doesn't matter because they're Notre Dame. Doesn't that anger you?
Yeah.
Like it's stupid. You know what? If I was the NCAA, I would be like, all right, Notre Dame, you want to play in the national title, you will never be in one until you're in a conference.
Both times they've made it to the playoffs and to a national title. In both games they were in recently, the playoff and the national title, we knew what was going to happen. We
Yeah, blow it
knew
out.
you're not good enough to be here.
Yeah.
We knew it. And
Yeah.
the people that put them in knew it.
But they're
It's
Notre
about
Dame.
money.
It's like Ohio State.
Yeah.
It's like,
The Ohio State.
it's like Michigan.
It's not like Ohio State. Ohio State backs it up when they get in.
Except when they play an SEC school. They don't.
I thought they beat Alabama.
The first one they had, they beat Arkansas, right? But then that was with Troy Smith, and they had to forfeit that game later.
Yeah.
So like, I think they've only beaten one SEC school. Like,
didn't they? The first playoff year, they beat Alabama.
They beat Alabama. That was like, that's it. That's it.
South Carolina's actually, I think, 4-0 against them.
That's right. Outback Bowls.
Which is wild.
Yeah.
To think that we are undefeated against Ohio State.
Ohio State's really not that good. Like, they have great defensive ends, typically great running
backs. Phenomenal running backs.
And, like, quarterbacks that look good because their conference is terrible.
Yeah.
Seriously, like.
Yeah. I mean,
that's
yeah.
it. But you can't deny, like, their defensive players do well in the NFL and all
I think
that.
historically Michigan may be the better program, better team between the two.
Because Tom Brady? Like,
how many national titles do the two of them have?
I don't know.
I think Michigan has.
Look it up.
The edge.
Yeah.
You have all the information at palm of your hands.
You gotta shoot it from the hip.
It was strange. I was looking, so I was saying, man, who did the Houston Oilers become? And I saw something. And so 2 years ago, they moved to Tennessee, and I was like, what?
Tennessee Titans.
Yeah, and it said November 14th, 1998. Like,
dang, that article was still up?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's what threw me off. And
11. Michigan Wolverines have 11.
That's actually really crazy. That was before SEC prominence, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think they were big in like the 80s.
You know,
maybe.
like, you know what's really funny? I would love to flip conferences. I think Clemson should be an SEC school. And I'm not saying it because I think their schedule's a cupcake.
Buckeyes have 8.
I just think that's crazy.
11.
I just think that if
skills.
Clemson was in the SEC, they'd be in the top 2 in that conference every year anyways. Like, I don't think we belong in the SEC.
No!
Like, at all. I don't want to be known like Vanderbilt, okay?
Yeah.
Like, I started the Madden.
Like, we don't have the reputation other SEC schools do. I don't know what just happened.
So Madden.
No?
Madden, was it
screaming, dreaming?
Madden 19? Is it Madden 19 or Madden 20 that's out right now? Whatever Madden game's out right now. I started the QB1 thing where you create your quarterback, you choose your college.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, listen, I'm just going to go to Clemson, okay? And I made it where I fit the scheme and stuff to go there. And the storyline's really weird and it's really difficult because you sign, right? And you're like, everyone's pumped, you're signing there. But then the number 1 recruit in the nation signs there at quarterback, like you, and you sit 4 years behind him. I should have told the story on Squawking and Talking. I didn't think about it because it's sports related. But you literally sit 4 years behind it, fast forwards, to the semi-championship game or whatever, and the quarterback who he got injured, and you make your very first start ever in the semi-title game.
So it tries to make you Tom Brady.
Or the guy from Ohio State. Like, remember?
You're in college.
Yeah, you're in college.
I was about to say, this is what happened to Tom Brady in the NFL.
No, you're in college, and you sit behind the guy for 4 years, and everyone's like, your coach is doing the whole thing, like, oh, he's great, you stick around, he's better. And, like, but you come up to the stadium, right? It's the Dallas Cowboys stadium. The security guard's like, whoa, stop, who are you? They don't even know who you are, but you're the starting quarterback now. And you have to win the game and all that stuff. Yeah,
wrote that storyline.
I can make that storyline get even more Vince McMahon-y for you.
Who are you?
So you're playing the game, and at the end of the game, there's a man there with a daughter, and the daughter's got a beanie on. And he comes up, he's like, hey, she wants to take a picture of you. Can she do that? Yeah. She's like, hey, she has like leukemia, and she really wants to ask you something, but she's too shy to ask you. And it was like, she wants you to throw 4 touchdown passes in the title game. You don't want to let the girl down, right? But you got 4 touchdown passes against the second best school in the nation.
And you break your leg.
And then, you do it, and, if you get a phone call from the hospital or whatever, her surgery went successful. Man, Vince McMahon storyline. And then, I don't know if they let you get to another team, but my other buddy Victor did it. And we both got drafted by the Miami Dolphins. 26 overall. And I did pretty well in the combine and everything. Maybe there's some kind of formula I could find out to see if get another team to draft me. But my God, the Miami Dolphins are awful.
No.
Like,
well,
their wide receiver, their wide receiver is Devontae Parker. He's good, but he is nowhere near good as anyone else.
No.
Playing against. So listen to
not
this,
in
right?
real life.
Your first
They are
three
beatable on
games.
the ground.
First 3 games of the regular season, Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. Second game, Tom Brady and the Patriots. Third game, an undefeated Dallas Cowboys with Ezekiel Elliott and Dak Prescott.
That is Miami Dolphins' real
So
season.
right now, yeah. So right now, I beat Lamar Jackson. I caused 5 turnovers with him, which was really great. I blew him out. Against the Patriots, I tied 14-14. Like
slow game.
Like listen, yeah, and it went overtime,
Brady.
and like in overtime, I had 2 chances, and like there's
That's solely
but like, well, their cornerback Stephon Gilmore 98 overall in this Madden game, and they have Dexter McCourty as well in the back, so you can't throw anything deep on them. Everything has to be under, and their linebackers are good, and. So, like, it's just, we all the way in, and I was glad I didn't lose the game because Tom Brady got the ball back with a minute left in overtime, so I was like, oh, I'm done. And then Dak Prescott, I'm actually ranked higher as a quarterback, like, rating in the game than Dak is. So I was able to pull that one off. But it was a pretty neat little game,
Am
man.
I rated than Dak? I would just like to tell everybody.
It just shows you how desperate I am for football. I'm
Yeah.
playing Madden story. We're doing a franchise. Well, I guess. The franchise draft is really cool as well, but I don't know, man. I just want football, and if I don't get it, I'm going to be sad.
We're getting football.
Here, one thing we'll have to do, you guys will have to ride up on a Sunday, and we'll have to meet up at Magoo's in Myrtle Beach. They allow smoking there. It's the only drawback for you. But
I don't care.
All right, so on Sundays, I can get...
What about your fragile lungs?
All right, listen.
You like to get a heating pad for those?
Sunday, you can get, for football games, 10 wings, an order of mozzarella sticks, and a beer for $10 and some change. They have, like, their wing prices are ridiculous on game days for Sundays. So,
I saw something awful on YouTube. Check it out. What's the TV show where they pitch business ideas to
Shark Tank?
billionaires?
Shark Tank.
Shark Tank.
What made
The
Ron
guy-
say that real excited for some reason?
The guy had some kind of, he called it a water purifier, like that you could water purify or whatever. It was a dehumidifier that like filled up with water and made drinking water. It took moisture out of the air.
that sounds terrible.
They tasted it and they're like, "This is awful. This is
well,
awful
you will need
water."
that in areas that don't get much rainfall.
It's like,
You'll
this
be
is
wanting that.
like it looked like it,
I wouldn't
taste-
trust it water from the air.
no. They were like, "This tastes awful."
That
This
may
is
not
awful.
China, but
Like they said, it had a weird aftertaste. It's like, this is horrible.
hilarious.
Now, if you could actually develop one that tasted good and was filtered correctly, would probably
That would be
great.
revolutionary.
Yeah.
Well, that's
But
the
just
first
like-
step.
But
Just
it would be
just
banned,
the
though, just
sound-
like collecting rainwater.
Yeah.
You can't legally do that.
The sound of that just sounds weird, though. Just like we just.
Hey, you want a
get
little
off and
sip?
drink the water out of the air? It's like no,
Yeah.
no. That
That's
sounds
what
bad.
it is.
Oh, man.
Oh no,
I'm just thinking about that, man.
Think
It's
about
terrible.
that sounds awful.
Yeah, like I'm just...
He's thinking about a deal from Magoo's and those wings.
Yeah.
I'm
It
thinking-
sounds like it tastes gross.
I went to Magoo's 2 nights ago for those wings.
Oh yeah,
Ridiculous.
he always goes to eat and does stuff and never invites us. And if we don't invite him to eat, what?
Whoa!
You talking about your boy?
You see how big the bones are?
I needed a day to myself.
You owe every day's a day to yourself, according to you.
That's the
That's
only
what
place you go to.
You know,
I
you-
needed
That or hang out with mom.
You know what? Like in all seriousness, it's weird. I really like to be alone.
Me too.
Right.
Me too, but he still has friends and
Oh,
obligations.
I know.
Not me.
I do stuff with you guys, but
This, like pulling teeth to get him to do it.
no, I'm here.
Oh.
We tried to get you to do it Friday. Can't, man. I need a day to myself.
I wasn't asked Friday. To
No,
do
we
it.
didn't ask him Friday.
Yeah.
Thank you, Brett.
Oh.
Look at there. But I was like, you didn't ask me Friday because I would have done it Friday, but
Bastard.
You!
you.
He's gonna need 2 heat
Yeah.
Mom, Bring in the second pad.
Mother.
Mama, I need another pad.
Boy, I took quite.
Oh wait, he hurt his wrist. He's got to
Yeah.
put it on.
Ow.
Boy, I took quite the fall last night. I wasn't paying attention. I went to sit down. My buddy grabbed the chair and pulled it, and I saw him doing something and heard a noise and didn't register. Straight down. And one of those where like you fall and your legs go up and
Yeah.
there in the sit motion.
Yeah.
This man don't even have his brace
You
on.
need help?
No.
Is your wrist okay?
I like how it's tapered because I know you have 4 fingers. That really got
That was good. Hold it up for everyone. Show it off. Let them know that you're
a hand model.
A hand model. We gotta protect this fat boy right here. This makes all my money.
That hurt. You should be ashamed.
I don't want to grab his bones. They're kind of brittle.
You just arm just falls out of socket.
Oh
If only
man.
we could all have bones like Ron.
Tyrannosaur bones.
Hey, they're pretty strong, man. Look
Shut
at
up.
them.
The Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Look at this thing right here. Man, it's 9-1, dude.
Yeah, they are putting it
In
on.
the 4th inning.
So this baseball season will be interesting because only 60 games. 16 teams are going to the playoffs.
Oh, I saw that. I like it.
I love it.
Fine.
You have to do
That's
that for
fine.
this season because if you look at the over and under for all
Yeah.
all teams, almost everybody in the league is over and under is between 35 and 31.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to be right there together at the end of this. 16 teams are going to have to go.
Except the Braves. The Braves are they're gonna win 2 out of every 3 of every series they're in.
Oh
And
my goodness.
That's
That
what
would be-
that'd be. That's
Shouldn't every season be a 60-game season?
Yeah.
See, I like that
now.
idea.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing.
I would say
The-
82
because-
like NBA.
Because the baseball season is so long, the hot cold periods are way different. You know, like you could take a whole month and be cold, but come back the next 2 months and be
Right.
back in playoff
It's just so
contention.
long.
And like,
Here's the thing you're gonna worry about. 4 of the Miami Marlins players got COVID-19. 4. Like it was announced today. Listen, I think this stuff's gonna run through the league.
yeah.
And I just
Maybe
don't
be
know.
safer.
Has WWE stopped with it running through them?
I mean, it hasn't really been publicized that it has run through them.
I mean, Roman Reigns kind of a coward. For
Actually,
anything.
I'm glad you bring up WWE.
When Vince
And I'm
needed
not going
most-
to talk much about it, but you like Pat McAfee, right?
Yep.
Did you see his interview
Yeah.
with Adam Cole?
Yeah.
It was not a shoot. Like Adam Cole's really going to punch him in the face. Like he was really upset about it because I was watching Mark Henry was discussing the whole thing because the question
crazy.
everyone was asking like, was it a shoot? Was it or was it real?
Well, shoot is real.
Like
It'll work. It's either a work
so
or a
it worked,
shoot.
yeah. So like everyone was asking, was it a work or a shoot? But it was real, 100%
Wow.
real. He was upset because Pat McAfee was making fun of his size because he's a small guy, and like Mark Henry was saying because the way
Pat
McAfee,
McAfee was smoked.
Yeah. but the way he was
Yeah.
like saying it because it was like very sly and like very like underhanded. Like Adam Cole was furious.
Pat
Yeah, I was
McAfee
wondering.
would have
For sure.
smoked him.
I don't know, man.
What?
I don't know.
You don't know what?
He's a play fighter. What do you mean?
Yeah.
I know it makes for good news or good publicity for him. But
Pat
did you see?
McAfee's not a small guy.
Did you see his face? McAfee's face.
Yeah.
What was going on? Like he was confused. But Adam Cole took it like super.
Yeah, he was looking at everybody like,
Well, don't all small men?
what the hell is this guy doing?
Napoleon complex. I like it. Good tie-in.
Yeah, that was the look on his
Yeah.
face was, what the hell is this guy doing?
Yeah. So it was.
I was like, shut him.
Oh, how great would that have been? Though? What if they got into a little tussle there? A little rumble.
What if he would have go and reached his hand
What-
across and poked him or something, and Pat McAfee just knocked him
But
out?
what if Adam Cole would have knocked him out? Then you would have been like, all right.
I just said,
Okay.
I misjudged that.
Yeah.
Well,
I misjudged that.
Anybody can get a lucky shot.
Yeah, anybody can knock.
Yeah.
Well,
Do you think Brett could knock you out?
Maybe.
If
Yeah, it
you
would
if you
take-
guys if you
it
guys
would
fought
take
10
the-
times,
it
you
would
think
take-
Brett would get one knockout on you?
no, I think it would have to be more like 100 or 1,000.
I think
but
you'd
like,
have to get me by surprise.
I think it would have to be a very.
Yeah.
I think it would have to be the
Actually, kind of hurt.
perfect.
Hurt my bones.
Yeah,
Well, so strong.
Will you?
it
Can
would
I
have
have
to
your little wrist thing?
No.
It wouldn't fit your mammoth bones.
Can
Bare balls.
But no, because I have longer reach. And
Yeah, it would have to be. It would have to be the perfect situation. It would have one he didn't see coming from a weird angle and blah blah blah. It would have to catch him in the exact right spot.
What if it was just like super fair? They got in each other's face.
Conditions would have to be
Maxie
perfect.
pushed him, and then like Cole came up with a punch because that's the fair. Like after you get that push in, somebody's coming with a punch.
Yeah,
punch, and just Adam Cole comes in and whoop.
See, but I've always thought you say after the pushes. I've always thought it was on. When you get in my face, now I can punch you anytime.
That's the confrontation's engaged.
All right, I teach high school. The engagement point now is the first push.
That's stupid. When you get in my face, I can punch you anytime.
Yeah, see,
but we're fighting now.
No, yeah, see,
it's
that's not the way it is now. Now,
wow.
like literally, people get in
paces.
because you know what I think it boils down to is no one really wants to fight.
No.
And so like
nobody wants
you get
to
in
each other.
Get in each other's face, try to punk each other down, then the teachers come break you up, right?
Who was it that said that? I think it was. I want to say it was an MMA
there
fighter.
There was a UFC fighter you talked about because they did an interview and they asked about if they love to fight. He's like, I don't love to like get hit in the face.
But there was another Colton.
Yeah.
There was another MMA fighter.
Well, y'all have a friend who likes to get hit with other things.
There was another
reasons.
MMA fighter on Joe Rogan's podcast that said that same thing. He was like, no, nobody wants to get in a fight. He said when something happens in public, you're gonna do it if it has to happen, and you're like, he's like, well, most people, he's like, both of those guys in his face, both of those guys are thinking, man, I hope this guy walks away. I really don't want to do this.
Most people's fight or flight, unless you are in a situation where you absolutely have to fight. Like, most people would rather avoid the fight.
Yeah, they're like,
But if, like, you're with your girlfriend and somebody's, like, punking your girlfriend now, your fight or flight's going to alter based upon the feelings of your girlfriend, and it's going to make you do some irrational things, maybe.
Right.
Where, like, if they were making fun of you, you would just brush it off and who cares? Yeah. But because your girl's upset and she starts tearing up a little, you got to put your little wrist brace on. You gotta go pain on him,
baby. Drop him on.
You grab hold of him strong, man.
Hey, we're loaded.
Hey, dude, if you took that thing out and jabbed someone in the eyeball with it, like, I mean, it'd be more real than Rey Mysterio and Seth Rollins.
Yeah. He lost an eye. I hope this isn't
Hey, we're gonna talk about it on the wrestling one that we're gonna do this week. But people legitimately thought he lost an eye.
Stupid.
Like, I sent Brett a thing. And, like, people, I saw that article I sent you, I saw 6 people share it. Thinking it was real. Actually, I can't say it on stream.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, but, like, I'm just like, how?
I started commenting, like, I watched it.
How many times do I tell you wrestling fans are stupid, Ron? They're stupid.
Hey,
the Seth Rollins puking job was pretty good.
No, it was stupid. It was over the top and ridiculous. Why did you have to do that?
For Raw, Aleister Black came back from his injury and took on Seth Rollins. It's a pretty good match, actually, but Rey Mysterio's son's going to confront him on Monday.
Ooh.
And he's going to lose his eye, too.
Spoopy.
Hope so. But yeah, I have some scoops for that match for you for that podcast I'm excited to talk about. But that found a lot of things.
Ice cream in the future.
All
right, future
here. This Thursday, NBA starts. I'm actually excited about it.
Me too. I'm gonna watch it.
I'm gonna watch NBA. God, I need more sports in my life. I can't believe we're up 9-1 in the 5th. This is a long game.
Shogun Hua and I can't remember his first name. Nogueira fought last night. They were 82 years old combined.
A Shogun fought last night? I would have watched that.
Nogueira was 44 years old.
Ugh.
Shogun Hua was 38. They were 82 years old combined.
What about?
I thought it went to a split decision.
Yeah.
I thought Nogueira could have won, and I was thinking, it's got to be a record. How cool would it have been if last night he became the oldest fighter to win a fight at 44?
Is that the record?
I don't know what the record is. It seems like it should be the record, 44.
How do you feel about Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. fight?
I feel like it's gonna be like watching Tito Ortiz and Chuck Liddell. One of those two is gonna look pitiful, and you can be like, I
I think it's Roy Jones Jr.
Yeah,
So
I'm just
pitiful.
watching him mugging. Am I even?
How great would it if Mike Tyson comes out round 1 knockout 30 seconds in?
He's looking in good shape.
Like, yeah,
He looks good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
He
his
looks
muscles.
good.
I'm like, listen, people talk trash about it all the time, like talking about how he's a punk now. But there ain't no person I know in my life that would willingly walk up to him and talk
No.
trash to him right
No.
now. Like, he'd still knock you out.
No.
And I'm excited to see. Now, the
How much money you
undercard,
got, buddy?
for $1 million, would you stand in the ring with
Yeah.
Mike Tyson?
Yeah, I'd let him hit me
Yeah.
as hard as he wanted to for $1 million.
You,
I'd probably do it for
your
$100,000.
face might be. You don't even have a jaw anyway.
But you know what? That's
Well-
the risk I'm taking to get $1 million. I
Well,
would
it
take
needs
that
to go in
punch.
a little bit anyway.
Yeah, I would take that punch.
Yeah.
You wouldn't?
Oh, I would.
Okay.
I would.
It'd
Listen.
break his hands.
Hey,
though.
I'm gonna try to hit him. Like, I'm gonna try to hit him back. You know, if he beats me, he beats me, right?
I mean, I'm kind
For
of
$1 million
slow, so
bucks?
there's no chance I would hit him.
Well, I mean,
No.
like, hey, $1 million that's cheap. Like, somebody who fights like Floyd Mayweather still makes like $10 million.
So $50,000, would you stand there and let him punch you in the face?
Not 50,000.
No.
Huh.
No, I think $1 million
I'll
was
do it
the
for 100 grand.
No, I think $1 million would be my bare
I
minimum.
might do
Because
50.
you're
100
gonna
grand, I'd get popped.
you're gonna have about $300,000 of medical fees.
They won't. How much do you think medical stuff costs?
Well, you tell us, hospital man.
Yeah, well, I mean, in
A heart surgery's not 300 grand.
I'm just telling you everything that goes with
He's
it.
gonna
You
blow
don't-
back of your skull
Yeah,
out.
he's gonna hit you. You're gonna have to rewire your jaw.
Actually, it might be right around there.
But no, see, the thing for him though, Brett, you do have the bones of what's a 67-year-old man.
See, y'all aren't even playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's 52.
Yeah,
I think
okay.
I think
about
$1 million would be mine.
low end 28,000, higher end 45,000 of mitral valve repair was what you can rack up $300,000 in medical bills.
I'm just saying $1 million would be my low. Like, it'd
What if
be
he
my low.
punch you in the face and all your bones shatter?
I'm taking a 100
Nice.
grand punch.
Would you let
Maybe
it?
not from Mike Tyson. I would take it from like Conor McGregor. You know.
I'm taking a punch from anybody on the planet for 100 grand.
So tough.
Except
Dude,
Ron,
it's
you know,
such a
crack
bad-
Biff's ribs.
Yeah,
I
except
did.
Ron.
I did.
It was sad to see.
And he will not. He won't wrestle me anymore. He's afraid.
Alexander Gustafsson.
Tell him that. He watches these.
He had no hard feelings.
Alexander Gustafsson came back
Gustafsson, eh?
as a heavyweight, and he was armbarred very quickly, and it was sad. I was like, oh man,
Well,
because I don't like
That's always
Alexander
rough when you
Gustafsson
come
a lot.
back.
It's hard to watch like people you look to as great fighters become.
Alexander Gustafsson was one of the greats at light heavyweight.
Yeah, and it's tough
Boy,
when
shows
the
that
realization
Aldo.
comes out that they're just too old for it. Like, it's like the fight we watched the last pay-per-view with who was the guy?
Jose Aldo.
Yeah, Jose Aldo. Like,
And the thing is, he's not even old.
hey, yeah,
His prime.
but
way early.
his like body is old.
Yeah,
he takes that much
taken
damage.
A lot of beating.
I mean-
Although his first round and a half, 2 rounds was good.
Hey, if that wasn't a championship fight, like if it was like regular rounds, like 3 minutes, he would have made the end. But because it's 5 like that, man.
5 rounds a long
Yeah.
fight.
I'm gonna go back and stir this pot.
Oh God, here we go.
There are a lot of people who believe Alexander Gustafsson won his title fight against John Jones.
Yeah. I mean, it's questionable.
I need to go rewatch
It
that
was
fight.
super close.
Did they have that
It
fight
could
on?
have- it was a-
They have
it
it on
was a coin
UFC,
toss.
I guess.
Yeah.
Like
They have it
I'll
on
have to-
YouTube, probably.
Yeah, I
The fight I'm ready for is August 15th.
Oh, baby, Miocic in DC.
3. Oh, that's kind of ridiculous. I'm
Normally-
retiring! Wait,
Nope.
I'm coming back.
Norman Gumedov announced his
Wait,
retirement
listen.
this week.
did he really?
He said he's got 2 fights left and he's finished.
That sucks. Gonna be a goat herder, huh?
But what that means, here's my argument, is always my argument for me. For him, he's beat Iaquinta, he's beat McGregor, he's beat Kevin Lee, he's beat all these people. If his last 2 fights are Gaethje and Ferguson, and he wins those 2 and finishes at 30-0, beating everybody in the division at middleweight, how can you say he's not the greatest middleweight of all time? Go.
No, I don't think you
It's
can actually.
Ferguson!
I don't think you could actually argue against that.
Once he beats those 2, and
Yeah,
he
it was-
retires at 30-0.
because of the time period that he's like fighting in,
He
where
was-
there
he's
are
here
so
with-
because it's a loaded roster.
Right.
and he beat the loaded roster. If he runs the gauntlet, he is the best. I mean,
He is.
There's no way to dispute that.
And I think it's going to be tough for him because this will be the first time, I don't know, maybe in his life potentially, in all of his wrestling career and everything in his life, his daddy's not going to be in his corner. And I think that we don't know what kind of mental toll that's going to take on him. Because his daddy was always his closest person in his life and was in his corner everything he ever did. And
what is the actual... What good does it do doing 2 more fights? Like, if he retired at 28-0, is he still the best? Like, would you still consider him the best?
Yeah, I would, personally. But him not fighting Ferguson is always over his head.
Yeah.
If he stays for 1 more fight against Ferguson, the reason I think he's staying for 2 more fights is because Gaethje beat Ferguson, he has to fight Gaethje next.
Yeah.
That's the reason I think he's staying for 2 fights.
Yeah.
Because he's going to do Gaethje, then Ferguson. I think if Ferguson would have beat Gaethje, he stays for 1, he fights Ferguson.
Yeah.
But now that Gaethje won, he has to stay for 2.
I mean,
but I think if he retires without that Ferguson fight, it's always hanging over his head. If he beats Ferguson, there is no argument.
Yeah. I wonder how much he gets paid.
I think it was $3 million.
Rubles.
$3 million a fight? It's not bad.
That's a lot in Kazakhstan.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even think about that.
Oh, yeah.
What's the conversion rate from
my
American
God.
to Kazakhstan?
Dagestan, I think it's
Yeah.
from.
What's it? Dagestan?
Yeah, I can't remember which
Dagestan.
stand.
Yeah, Dagestan.
I think Kazakhstan's where Borat's from.
There is, right now, I think 2 or 3 undefeated fighters in UFC from Dagestan.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
And a champion in Professional Fight League on ESPN from Dagestan. And a champion, I think, in Bellator from Dagestan. At this point, I would just decline a Russian fight. I would just you find me somebody else. I don't, find me somebody else. Or fire me. I don't know. How's the homework coming?
Slow.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Snailing it down, baby. Here we go to the bottom of the 5th. Braves in the lead, 10-1.
Because all those stands are just tough.
They are pouring it on, baby. Yeah, I would just be like, oh, hell no, I'm not fighting a Russian.
I think Shevchenko's from Kyrgyzstan.
Yeah. A 2-0 count to Peter Alonso now. He is 0-1 on the day. I cannot remember if it was a strikeout.
So it's gonna be the RUB, right? That's
Ruble.
what the ruble. All right. That was I had to figure out what they used
Okay.
first.
$1 equals 71.69 Russian ruble.
Yeah.
Boy, that went way quicker over here.
Oh,
than
yeah.
There.
Well, it brought up the actual thing.
Why don't you should look up Dagestan money? You find out it's a ruble.
Well, I was gonna do like the 3 million one, just to see the conversion.
It is
like
going to
that.
hurt our eyes to know how much money he's taking home.
Yeah, 215 million,
Yep, 77,000.
Oh, my God.
something like that. Yeah.
So he's fine.
Yeah. He's already fine.
Yeah, he's fine.
Like, that's
He was fine from the Conor McGregor fight.
yeah. Jesus Christ. Can you imagine? Like, I often thought this. Like, I went to Costa Rica.
What will the Russian mob take it as soon as he gets
I was
home?
say,
He'll be a
when you
hero
make all that money-
if he retires.
He's already a Russian hero.
Yeah.
As it is
He'll
right
be
now.
fine because, like, if you're a hero there, like, they protect you.
Oh my
They take care of
God.
you.
They
But
are serious about their
After
country and
living
their
this
figures.
life and all, making all this money, do you return to Dagestan?
He do.
Yeah.
Or do you go somewhere better?
He loves being.
You could make
Russian.
his life as better as you want there. All right, so imagine this,
you
right?
can't make it that
So,
much better. What about
I-
electricity,
and what-
running water?
He
I'm
loves
sure he
being
has.
Russian.
The 2008, I went to Costa Rica, and I went. All right, this is no lie. I went there on our church trip. I went with $100 bill, right? So outside of paying for it, obviously that's more money, but for spending money, I brought $100, and I walked home. I flew home with 3 homemade hammocks, all the food I ate for a whole week, going to an indoor spa, getting a massage, like I got coffee, everything you can imagine, because like the almighty dollar is worth so much. I got 3 handmade hammocks for $20.
You
American.
get a hammock for $600 at a hammock shop.
Yeah.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
And like, but like, you go into we went into a KFC, right?
Yeah.
Why you go to KFC in there? They're different. Walked in and we
Good
got
meat.
a barbecue chicken quesadilla from KFC.
Oh my goodness.
Sounds good.
And it was out of this world. You know why? Because the chickens come from the mountain up the road.
Oh my
Like
goodness.
everything's like.
That's wild.
Oh yeah, ate at a Blimpie, like subs. I never ate there before. I had like a mountain goat from this really nice Costa Rican place. Like, but we went into the mall, right? And it's just like an American mall. Like everything's the same except instead of NFL jerseys, you have soccer jerseys. And it was just like the music store, like you have FYE. Half of it was in Spanish. Half was in Spanish, half was in English, and they were playing English music.
Man.
The movie theater. Listen to this. We saw
Whoa.
Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer 2 weeks before it came out in America.
Oh.
In a full-service theater where you had a reclining chair, a waitress that
Full-service
brought you food. Like we had movie theater sushi.
That sounds awful there.
Actually, it
It's
was
like
really
gas station sushi.
Yeah.
It was actually really good. It was like high quality.
Dude,
You know,
hey,
you can go to Mount Pleasant. There's a place called Cinnabar, and it's a movie theater and bar. And
Tuesday or Thursday, whenever we do this next podcast, we'll go get some sushi.
Sure. Can I just say that I hate
I like some sushi.
traditional Mexican music? Well, yeah, I have to say it every time.
You don't want a mariachi band?
Why do they love accordions so much
I don't
and
know.
trumpets?
I don't know.
He just like it almost ruins being an El Cerro
It
fan.
ruins it. The food is good enough, I guess, but the music, the atmosphere is ruined.
I'll tell you, have you ever ate at Mariachi's in Manning? I love that place.
Mariachi.
The best Mexican restaurant.
Now I'm going
though.
down like Dr. Disrespect.
Yeah.
Mariachi.
It was a place, I can't remember the name of it, outside of Gatlinburg. And second best is Doritos and shit.
Yeah. I like Doritos.
I love
a lot.
Doritos quesadillas. Well,
I like that smothered burrito, I guess.
I like everything there except chili verde. Don't care for that.
I'm ready for some Mexican food.
Oh, this man eats those quesadillas.
I love the quesadillas.
Well, because he can't get the chimichanga there because that's his El Cerro thing.
Yeah, I like how it's just the best thing. It's the only place you can ever get one of those.
Ah.
I wonder what the order rate on that is. I'd like to have that number. How many of those they sell a month?
Probably all the bread.
Oh
Yeah.
boy. Hey boys, did you know if you get caught having sex in a car, you have to register as a sex offender?
Yeah, sex in public.
Yeah.
Near miss.
Somebody's on registry.
Yeah, because of
Yeah.
public exposure.
Public indecency.
Yeah, I mean, if you use the bathroom outside, you get called.
You better hope that you're
Yeah.
not near like a church or a school either when you do it.
How about a car park?
I think you'd be alright there.
See, one would think that. But boy, does it look suspicious being the only car in the middle of the park.
Yeah.
Can you imagine
At
that?
midnight.
Yeah, I was about to say it.
So we're at 43 minutes.
You want to talk about more of your escapades?
You want to reveal anything else? Any other secrets you have to any ladies who may be listening?
Or any buddies
Oh
that
my
might be
gosh.
listening?
Dude, we're going off.
I got way too smushed on edibles. And I think we're good there.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give us a like, a follow, a subscribe, share it with any friends you have. This was the Walrus and Comic Podcast, a sports report that's
Nicholas.
moderately funny, including Nicholas. Just big news coming for you. Our other station, Squawking and Talking, the other podcast we do, should be moving to Twitch soon.
God
So just
dang.
keep your eyes out for that. And ladies and gentlemen, once again, thanks for watching.
Hey!